In a faraway village nestled in the highlands of Ethiopia, there lived a wise and revered rainmaker named Haile. He was known throughout the region for his ability to call forth rain from the heavens, ensuring that the crops flourished and the rivers ran full. Haile's gift was a blessing to his people, who depended on him to sustain their lives and livelihoods. One year, a severe drought struck the land. The earth cracked under the relentless sun, and the once-lush fields turned to dust. The rivers dried up, and the villagers' wells ran empty. The people grew desperate, turning to Haile with hope in their hearts and fear in their eyes. They gathered in the village square, pleading with him to summon the rains and save them from starvation. Haile, though confident in his abilities, felt the weight of responsibility heavy on his shoulders. He retreated to his small, humble hut to meditate and seek guidance from the spirits. He prayed fervently, seeking the wisdom and strength to bring the rain that his people so desperately needed. One night, as Haile sat in deep meditation, a powerful vision came to him. He saw a great and fearsome dragon, scales glistening like molten gold, coiled around a sacred mountain. The dragon's breath was like a furnace, scorching the earth and drying up the rivers. Haile understood that this dragon was the cause of the drought, and he knew that he must confront the beast to restore balance and bring the rains. The next morning, Haile shared his vision with the villagers. Though they were fearful, they trusted in Haile's wisdom and courage. They prepared provisions for his journey and offered their prayers for his success. With determination in his heart, Haile set out towards the sacred mountain, guided by the spirits and the faith of his people. The journey was long and arduous, with the sun beating down relentlessly and the land offering little respite. Haile climbed steep hills, crossed parched valleys, and navigated treacherous ravines. As he approached the mountain, he could feel the oppressive heat emanating from the dragon's lair, but he pressed on, resolute in his mission. At last, Haile reached the base of the sacred mountain. There, coiled around the peak, was the mighty dragon, its eyes burning with a fiery intensity. The dragon roared, the sound reverberating through the valleys, shaking the very earth beneath Haile's feet. Undeterred, Haile stepped forward, raising his staff high above his head. "Great dragon," Haile called out, his voice strong and unwavering, "I am Haile, the Rainmaker. I have come to ask you to release your hold on this land and allow the rains to return. The people suffer, the earth withers, and balance must be restored." The dragon's eyes narrowed, and it let out a menacing growl. "Why should I heed the words of a mere mortal?" it hissed, flames licking the edges of its mouth. "I am powerful beyond measure, and I hold dominion over this land now." Haile stood his ground, drawing upon the strength of the spirits and the faith of his people. "Your power is great, but it is not absolute," he replied. "The land, the sky, and the waters belong to all living beings. By holding the rains hostage, you upset the balance and bring suffering to the world. I implore you to release the rains and restore harmony." The dragon laughed, a deep and thunderous sound. "Very well, Rainmaker," it said, "I will grant you a chance to prove your worth. If you can withstand my trials and demonstrate your wisdom and courage, I will release the rains. But be warned, failure will mean your end." Haile nodded, accepting the challenge. The dragon's eyes glowed brighter, and the ground beneath Haile's feet began to tremble. The first trial had begun. The dragon summoned a fierce and scorching wind, its heat so intense that it threatened to blister Haile's skin and sap his strength. Haile closed his eyes, calling upon the spirits of the wind and the water. He focused his energy, creating a protective barrier around himself, and withstood the dragon's fiery gale. The dragon, seeing Haile's resolve, unleashed the second trial. It summoned a great swarm of locusts, their wings buzzing loudly as they descended upon Haile, intent on devouring everything in their path. Haile raised his staff, calling upon the spirits of the earth. The ground responded, sending up vines and plants to entangle the locusts, protecting Haile from their ravenous attack. Enraged, the dragon unleashed its final trial. It summoned a torrent of molten lava, flowing down the mountainside, threatening to engulf Haile in its fiery embrace. Haile called upon the spirits of the mountain and the sky. He struck his staff upon the ground, and the earth opened up, swallowing the lava and diverting its deadly flow. The dragon roared in frustration, but it could not deny Haile's wisdom, courage, and connection to the spirits. It knew that it had been defeated. "You have proven yourself, Rainmaker," the dragon conceded. "I will release the rains and restore balance to the land." With a mighty roar, the dragon uncoiled from the mountain and soared into the sky. Dark clouds began to gather, and the air grew cool and heavy with the promise of rain. Haile watched as the dragon disappeared into the clouds, then soon the first drops of rain began to fall. The rain came down in torrents, soaking the parched earth and filling the rivers and wells. The villagers rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude and relief. Crops began to sprout and life returned to the land. Haile returned to the village, greeted as a hero. The people celebrated his bravery and wisdom, and they honored the spirits that had guided him. From that day forward, Haile continued to serve as the Rainmaker, ensuring that the land remained in balance and that the people were provided for. The story of Haile and the dragon was passed down through generations, a reminder of the power of courage, wisdom, and the connection between all living things. And so, the tale of the Rainmaker and the dragon became a cherished legend in the highlands of Ethiopia, a story of hope, resilience, and the triumph of harmony over chaos.